from this time and forevermore. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Can we really trust our modern Bibles to accurately present the ancient information? From time to time, you'll hear people, sometimes very educated people, inaccurately characterize the Bible as a hodgepodge of conflicting, untrustworthy ancient scribblings. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. As I've already pointed out in this series, no ancient document is better attested than the ancient documents of the Old and New Testaments. If you've missed the previous video, I hope you'll go back and pick it up. But I've placed a few books in the description below for you to consider. Now let's start with the fact that the Bible was not written all at once. As we've seen, it is a library of 66 books. Overall, it was written over a period of about 1,500 years by as many as 40 different writers. A book like that should have little continuity from beginning to end, and yet the Bible is a magnificent collection reflecting a singular purpose. Its unity is spectacular. We don't have any of the original manuscripts actually written by the original prophets or apostles. These are usually called autograph copies. We do have thousands of manuscript copies and ancient translations. What we do have was spoken of in this way by F.F. Bruce. The evidence for our New Testament writings is ever so much greater than the evidence for many writings of classical authors, the authenticity of which no one dreams of questioning. And if the New Testament were a collection of secular writings, their authenticity would generally be regarded as beyond all doubt. With thousands of documents, we could expect the Bible, Old and New Testament, to quickly fall into disrepute as mounting evidence from archaeological finds prove it an unreliable transmission of detail. Well, we might expect that, but that is not what we find. Ancient people who were entrusted with copying Scripture have been found to be very reliable, showing the greatest of respect for the sacred word. Truly amazing to me is its preservation, even by people whose practices were condemned by the Bible. If you teach something different from it, you're going to want to change the text of it to make yourself look good. But they didn't. As Neil Lightfoot pointed out, the Bible did not just happen, nor has it been preserved through the years by mere chance. The Bible is a marvel all its own. Well, let's talk about the early dates of these ancient manuscripts that Bible translators can work from. The closer a manuscript is to the date it is reporting on, the greater the reliability we assign it. Some of our ancient secular information comes from documents as much as 1,600 years after the fact. We wouldn't dream of doubting details about Caesar, even though the earliest document is 1,000 years after the fact. The history of Herodotus is known by documents 1,300 years after the fact. The New Testament has manuscript evidence from as early as 30 years after the fact. That fragment is from the trial of Jesus in John 18, a trial that some critics would tell us never took place. The Chester Beatty Papyri contains most of the New Testament and dates to around AD 250. The Bodmer Papyri dates to AD 200 and contains most of Luke and John and Jude and 1st and 2nd Peter. The Codex Vaticanus dates to around AD 325 to 350 and contains most of the Old and New Testaments. Well, that just pecks the surface, and you can learn more from the books in the description I've given you below. There is another body of information that helps here. Authors frequently referred to as the Apostolic Fathers wrote from AD 90 to around AD 160. We learn in their writings of their familiarity with the books of Scripture, frequently quoting and commenting on texts. For example, Ignatius of Antioch wrote at the beginning of the 2nd century, quoting from many New Testament books. It's been said that if all of our New Testaments suddenly disappeared, it could be reproduced by the quotations found in the Apostolic and Ante-Nicene Fathers. Well, in our next video, we're going to talk about English Bible versions, their virtues, pitfalls, and how they line up with each other.